Hi guys, so today we're going to go through a dumbbell shoulder press dynamic isometric. So with this exercise, we're taking our dumbbell shoulder press movement and we're deviating away from this linear pattern movement and challenging this movement in various ways possible by manipulating various other areas. So what I mean by that is with this exercise, we'll be able to apply various degrees of elbow rotation throughout the movement, shoulder abduction, adduction, so taking this elbow in and out as so, and we'd even be able to play with degrees of opening and closing the elbow, as well as shoulder rotation and even some degree of shoulder blade movement. I'm going to run through a demo, but before I get started, to make this a bit easier, I'm going to also break the movement into 3 different parts as a one working set. So part 1, I'll be spending a bit of time working around here, so elbows below shoulders, not going higher than say shoulder height, and then a little higher up will be part 2, kind of moving back and forth from shoulder height, and then the final part will be just shy of completely say locking out and working up here. So I would typically go a little bit lighter than what I would normally do for shoulder press, just so that I can work in a lot of these areas that will deviate outside. Now, as I go through the set, I explain a little bit of what I'm thinking, my thought process, and how I'm approaching this set. So, with the dumbbells, starting in the first position here, I'm going to move back and forth as so. As I do this, I'm now starting to bring the elbows in. I'm now starting to take them out. I can also apply different rotations of the elbow as I go through that, and I can even think about adding that into the movement as I move the elbows out to the side and in, as a few examples. I can play with opening up the elbows a little bit more as I go through this motion. I can play with rotating. So right now as I press, I'm externally rotating the shoulders a little bit here. And now I'm starting to fatigue, so I'm going to move a little further up into that second zone. And then the same thing. And all these movements I'm applying in combination rather than isolation. And I'm trying to spend a bit of time working those weak areas, not moving too fast, challenging where I struggle, and then as I start to fatigue here, I'll move up into the third area and exactly the same. And I'm moving slow so I can also register how the sensations are as I move into a lot of these unfamiliar territories. So just to recap, I demonstrated one set of starting from here, gradually finishing in this top position. It could be the other way around. You could start up here, as you start to fatigue, finish off in this bottom position. Movement variables you can apply to this: elbow rotation, opening and closing, shoulder abduction, adduction, rotation of the shoulder, and even shoulder blade movements, all done in combination.